This episode of ETC is brought to you by Batman Bad Blood. Click here to own it now. What happens when a bunch of game developers decide that making games is fucking stupid and pointless when the hard part of earning all your money is done before the project is even finished? Find out next on this episode of T.U.G.S, you gullible fucks!
Here we go!
Turns out that, surprise, surprise, Kickstarter projects aren't always guaranteed to succeed, no matter how many of your minimum wage, burger flipping, booger picking dollars goes towards them in a desperate attempt to reap one of those completely arbitrary rewards. And sure, we've listed proof time and time again on our shows, but no one seems to be listening, so fine, waste your money. But here's the latest failure. And this time, it's gaming related.
Yeah, this is Ant Simulator.
Dumb.
Okay, it was Ant Simulator because now there's no such thing as Ant Simulator because all the money is gone and it will most likely never see the light of day.
Good.
And you know what? If your Kickstarter is gonna fail and you're gonna waste all the money anyway, at least these dudes blew it in the coolest way possible. They spent all of your ant money on cocaine and strippers.
Seriously though, the people who backed this project only have themselves to blame.
You
really wanted to simulate being an ant? Come on. Doesn't strippers and cocaine sound a lot better than crawling across someone's backyard trying desperately not to get stepped on while on the hunt for some sweet tasting snack to bring back to your queen?
Yes. Okay, yes, we agree. We're being a bit too harsh on one person wrapped up in this whole thing. Eric Tarashinsky, who honestly really wanted to bring Ant Simulator to life and not get his face buried into the saliva-ridden crevice of a stripper's bosom while high on cocaine. He's a noble man. The problem was teaming up with business associates Tyler Montz and Deacon Stalley. In a statement released by Eric, he claims that Tyler and Deacon blew all the money and that there was no way he could even sue them to get it back because A, they have a paper trail that's like, hey, we use these for business dinners.
Yeah.
And B, it's kind of pointless when he would have to spend thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours pursuing this for basically nothing in return.
Good news for all you ant lovers out there though, because thanks to Steam Greenlight, there's already another much more promising game out there where you can be an ant.
Yeah!
Because that's fun.
Yeah. It's
called Empires of the Underground and it's currently in development. So let's keep our fingers crossed for them and pray that they don't fall victim to their vices before delivering a product that dozens and dozens of people are clamoring for.
I like to think that they're like anyone that's in the ant game development genre is just like always teetering on the edge of a coke overdose. Gotta get this ant game finished. Anyway, speaking of fuckboys who contribute basically nothing to society besides ripping people off, do you know that pharma bro Martin Shkreli also owned a professional esports team which competed in League of Legends tournaments?
Gross.
Well, turns out that when he's not raising the price of life-saving drugs or purchasing the only copy of a highly sought-after hip-hop record, he's also refusing to cough up the money that he owes not only to the people who manage his esports teams, but also to the ETH-elites themselves.
How are they gonna buy their Adderall, damn it? Anyways, the people involved are claiming that he owes them upwards of $75,000 for the time that they spent playing on the team that Shkreli founded, which went by the name Odyssey Gaming. And apparently they weren't even good enough to qualify for something called the Challenger Series. Shippy, what's that?
It's like less than Major League, so it'd be like AA.
There we go. Rather than admit defeat, Shkreli just went ahead and bought into another team called Maelstrom Gaming and merged the two. But that also ended in defeat as Maelstrom did not qualify for the LCS, aka League Championship Series. Is that better than
That's the big boy.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Shkreli's just a perfect example of someone with money throwing money at esports because it's the next big thing. As they all say, it's coming, guys, despite doing little to no research as to what actually goes into being successful in the space. And now that he's in hot water with the government, we're sure that League of Legends is the last thing on his mind. Sorry, kid.
All you Maelstrom fans. But let's get back to talking about actual video games because we got some good news out of the gaming space this week. And we're gonna start off with the fact that Doom actually has a release date. And it's really exciting because this game looks like a ton of fun and it looks like it'll be insanely brutal based on what we've seen so far.
We've said before on this program that Doom will most likely be great as a single player campaign. It's probably not gonna be very massive on the multiplayer side, but we also said that this is totally fine because not every game has to focus entirely on multiplayer. As far as we're concerned, perfecting the campaign in a game like Doom should be at the forefront of their minds.
Yeah. So it's good to hear that Doom didn't fall into the E3 trap of getting announced years before it would actually see release. And since the release date is relatively soon, we not only got some more gameplay footage, which again looks badass, we also got to see the cover art, which, okay, this looks like absolute trash.
Yeah. As multiple outlets have pointed out, the Future Soldier is now so played out that you can slap almost any modern action title on the front of the box and it wouldn't make a damn bit of difference. This thing resembles Halo 5 so closely that I wouldn't be surprised if someone who wasn't aware of Doom as a franchise thought it was DLC for Halo, only to get home and realize that in this game, the creatures can hold you down and rip your goddamn legs off.
Yeah, whatever. Box art is fucking stupid anyway, and hasn't been good since back in the 80s when they had fantasy artists creating art that would make the game actually look like it should look.
Or trick you into buying something that wasn't good.
Imagination. What games actually looked like back then were just different colored boxes moving around your 300-pound tube TV.
Got him.
Now, in other good news, the Overwatch beta is back, baby.
Yes!
And it will come with a new game mode, progression system, and more, including 2 all-new maps. And I have no idea how you can get into the beta this time around. I just hope that the people who participated in the last one get automatically invited into this one, because really this game's a lot of fun. But even if you can't get in, rest easy, because the full release of the game will be out later this spring on all platforms.
All of them.
Yeah, even ColecoVision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game & Watch.
Game Boy. And
iPhone 4.
Virtual Boy. Android.
Windows Phone.
Yes.
Since we spent the past couple of minutes making you feel good about gaming and listing various gaming devices, let's get Shibby in here to ruin everything for you. Get over here.
Safety first.
Current holder of the best PS4 game, most discussed, most shared of 2016 is Jonathan Blow's latest indie release called The Witness. Sure, this game is being talked about and loved by all. Sure, it's made $5 million in the first week. Sure, it's getting praise from the IGNs, the PC Gamers, the Times magazines, the Polygons, the Kotakus, and more. Sure, it'll be in every Game of the Year discussion, but I see through that. This 3D first-person puzzle game was announced in 2009, ladies and gentlemen, and it's bullshit that all these game critics let that slide. People were actually paying $40 for this puzzle game. The graphics are so basic that the Wii U could run it. Not a good thing. It has less story than Battlefront. Also not a good thing. And it kills trees because you will need a notebook with hand-filled notes. Ricky, your helmet works really good. Yeah. You'll need to kill trees because you'll need to fill out a notebook with handwritten notes to even pass this game. The Witness is responsible for the Amazon getting cut down, yet trees play a major factor in the game. Conspiracy? I think so. You know what a good first-person puzzle game is? It's called Portal. You know what portals look like on walls? Zeros. Witness this, 0 out of 10.
Damn, all right, savage. But his other game was good, Bastion?
Braid.
Basherverse, the game?
Hey guys!
Here, thank you.
Here's your helmet back.
Thank you. We can't critique that guy's older game on Amazon because it doesn't have any bad reviews.
What?
Yeah, it was unanimously loved.
None?
Yeah, Braid, right?
Yep.
So guess what? I got to go to PAX South last week thanks to Dungeon Boss. So go check out Dungeon Boss. We'll put links below on where to find that. And go play it because they're the ones that send us to pretty much every convention now. So if you want us to show up in your city, you have to download the game and play it.
Better start bossing around those dungeons.
Yeah.
Kid.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time. We got plenty of content over here for you to watch. We got a thing where we roast the Fine Brothers. We got a thing over here where we talk about more Mark Shkreli news. And then we have a new news dump tomorrow and a new podcast where we talk about our first time watching porn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we reviewed Deadpool on Monday too. So go check out Dungeon Boss and then go do some cocaine and strippers.
Cancel.
Bye.